Good morning, everyone. We were studying our first chapter of history, when, where, and how. Our next topic is archaeological sources. There are plenty of archaeological sources like monuments, paintings, sculptures, inscriptions, coins, weapons, clothes, ornaments, tools, utensils, etc., belonging of the medieval period. Here are some examples of archaeological sources. Are any building of historical significance is considered to be a monument. Forts, palaces, temples, houses, and other structures give us a lot of information about the architectural skill, perfection in stone cutting, art of sculptors, and brilliance of artists, culture, society, and lifestyle of the people. The coins were made of gold, silver, and copper. They are analyzed and studied to get historical information. The study of coin is called numismatic. The person who studies these coins or numismatics gets a lot of information about the political, economic, and cultural life. The Delhi Sultans, the Mughals, and the Cholas issued many coins. The paintings of medieval period such as Mughal, Rajasthani, miniature and Deccan also give us an interesting insight into palace, scene and hunting, expedition and scene from mythology. By studying them, we get to know about the customs, traditions, costumes, jewelry, etc. of the medieval period. Sculptures of the medieval period were mainly statues of gods, king, and queen. They were generally made of bronze and stone. They give us information about the hairstyle, costume, and ornaments of medieval period. Inscriptions are written record generally dealing with royal orders or information about donation to temples and villages, and some of those are related to the achievements of the king. They were engraved on rocks, stones, copper plates, or temple walls. The study of inscriptions is a scientific process and is called epigraphy. These inscriptions give us interesting information about the social, political, and economical condition of people of India in the medieval period. Now, the role of historians and a period of varied development. The historians have to analyze all the sources while writing the history. A historian's chief responsibility is to examine and interpret all the sources and write an unbiased and systematic historical account. Now, the medieval period was a period of varied development. As we have already studied that the medieval period was from 700 to 750 AD. It was a dynamic period because a rich variety of development took place during this period. New groups of people appeared in India during this period. This included Turks, Khalijis, Tughlaqs, Mughals, and Persians who came from outside, and the Rajputs, Maratha, Sikh, Jat, and the Ahoms were indigenous people and become politically important in this period. In other areas also, there were new development, new food items like potato, corn, and chilies arrived in the Indian subcontinent. The society became more complex as four major castes or varnas got divided and subdivided into a number of jatis or subcastes. During this period, powerful empire came up like the Khalijis, Tughlaq, Mughals, and Cholas. Important changes took place in religion also. There was the emergence of Bhakti movement, which believed that God can be reached through love and devotion only. No expensive or complicated rituals were needed. The Bhakti movement also rejected caste hierarchy. In this point, the new religion Islam arrived in India in the 7th century. This new religion based itself on the worship of one God, that is Allah, before whom all are equal irrespective of social and economic difference. Now, there are some people who made difference in that period. The top one was Shushruta. Sushruta was an early Indian physician and surgeon, lived probably in Varanasi in the 6th century BCE, before Common Era. His work, the Sushruta Samhita, contains 184 chapters describing 1120 illness, 700 medical plant, 64 different preparations from mineral sources, and 57 preparations on the animal sources. The book contained authentic knowledge of the various diseases. It came along with the plants, animals, and their derivatives, helpful in regaining health. Sushruta is said to have inducted successful eye surgery to reserve cataract. He was one of the earliest known surgeon of ancient India. Thank you.